feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the field like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke.
And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run with a second-year man from ASU, Kalen Ballage. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies...
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Brought in over the middle by Grant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Ballage. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Now this throw caught left side. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Miami.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run it with Ballage. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one and another first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends, it might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Kareem Martin up to make the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run here with Ballage. Antoine Bethea, the leading tackler among NFL safeties last year, in on the tackle again there. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. To throw is Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. 20, 10, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Well, it was third down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
The throw here caught by DeVante Parker. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down. With DeVante Parker, there was quite a bit of chatter in the offseason that the Dolphins might not pick up his fifth-year option, but they did. And one man who's certainly happy with that, quarterback Josh Rosen. It's a guy that Brian Flores, head coach in Miami, wants around and in that locker room. Now Balaj. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Here we go. And we heavy on the edges. Monday. 41 Mike.
From just shy of midfield, Rosen going for the deep ball. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. DeVante Parker, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
80 weapons. Check three. Ready.
A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Come on.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On the toss, there goes Gallman. And an alley to run. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. Touchdown, Giants. Wayne Gallman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Rosen. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
And now it's Rosen looking. This is Miller, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 47. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rosen throwing the out route incomplete. That's Parker. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup.
A good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Push him back.
Rosen now off the bootleg. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Ready. 60 outlaw. General West. Check three. Let's go.
Now Gallman. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
15 line. Check. Crunch. He's coming. Look at me. Go.
Gallman will run it. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 31.
6-6, pull it high. Start.
Throwing Jones. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I
was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Watch left. 80. 41 from up. Check, 41. Watch the run. No. Off.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rosen. Over the middle, complete. It's Grant. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup. First down.
Rosen now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Now Rosen. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Love, the rookie from Notre Dame. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Topper. Snap.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the rookie, Darius Slayton. 23 yards, the final tally.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
218, chopper. Go.
On 1st and 10, Jones. That's complete to Gallman. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This is Gallman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them.
18 Gator. Mike 48, Mike 48. All day, dog. Get it.
Here's Jones to throw on third down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Rosas' kick is good. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Switch it. 80. Shit. Watch the safety creep. Greystone, travel.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kareem Martin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Now it's Rosen. Trying to lay one up deep. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch out.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the slant. Protein spill. Ready.
They'll run again here with Gallman. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Let's go now. 60 or. Use the mic. Here we go. He's just 61. Matchbox lights. Kill.
Here's Gallman. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 from, and he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. And now, Charles, what do? You want to create some space here for your punter if you have to punt.
I think maybe you just go quarterback sneak and try and create that space and hope your punter can help you out.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They had quite a hole to dig out of there on 3rd and long. Not able to get the first, but a pretty good-sized run.
A really good run, but how much confidence do you have in your next play call that you can sell to the head coach? Let's go get it on 4th down. Do you really have a play you believe in, or are you just hopeful? And you got to sell it to the big man before it gets called.
On the set.
Check, 48's the mic. Let's go.
Jones off the bootleg. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Rosen now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Hug. Yo.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Rosen. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
So don't say nothing. Check 50.
Rosen just getting the snap off at 1. That's going to be caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now, they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4.
Set. 8, read. We own this. We own this. Hey, Zoo.
Check 52's the mic. Check.
Hey.
Let's go.
You're Mike 52. Mike 52. Fire.
Now Jones from the gun on third down. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Shepard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Elsewhere at Arrowhead, they're in the third quarter. The Chiefs have extended their lead in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. On the stop was T.J. McDonald.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Hey, Alpha.
52, Mike 52. It's been a long day for you. 5-2's the mic. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2. Check.
Throwing
on third and long. Jones. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That throw good for 4. It's second down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. Completion left side to Miller. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
First down, Miami.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing again, it's Rosen. And over the middle, this is Parker. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Janoris Jenkins with good coverage that time as he was able to get in there and knock it away. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, it's Rosen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. They'll set up the screen to Drake. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Ballage. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
We got to get the ball. D, get the ball right here. Let's go. Slam, slam, slam.
On the ground, it's Gallman again. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. And now just 3 seconds before the 2-minute warning, they're going to call a timeout here defensively. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check hot route. Hot, hot. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Watch the edge. Under 10, under 10, 10. Shoot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And some space here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Well, a clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they'd shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Check 4, check 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Rock it. Check 31. Bang, 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 bang. Blue draw Corker. Deuce. Hey, echo. Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Golden Tate, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. But they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly. Then they'll take it from there.
Throw left side complete. It's Drake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Here's Rosen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22.
The Giants take over first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Set 18 Gator. General West. Check me out. Check 3. Fire.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.